This is your moment, because you may never get it again. So when your run is over, just admit when it said it's in, because I'm at the end of my wits will have to stick it in. I got a list. Here's the order of the list that it's in. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from, oh my God, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Dangerous fight. So it is now being reported that Deontay Wilder officially ducks no smoke. You guys see it on the screen. Deontay, oh my, to this day, he is reportedly finalizing a fight for Saudi Arabia against Zhilei Zhang. Both guys are coming off a loss. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder fought Joseph Parker in his last fight. Coincidentally, Zhilei Zhang just fought on the Joshua Ngannou card against the same fighter and lost to him too in Joseph Parker. Which, this is why I tell you, triangle theories don't work in boxing. Zhilei Zhang lost to Joseph Parker, but Joseph Parker lost to Joe Joyce, and Joe Joyce knocked out Joseph Parker. But Zhilei Zhang, when he fought Joe Joyce, he easily beat him in the first fight and messed up his eye, and then he destroyed him even worse in the second fight. Boxing is crazy. What could I say? So they're talking about this fight in June, I believe June 1st. ESPN, they were the first that I seen to report this. Wilder versus Zhilei Zhang. Very, very dangerous fight. Some would even say maybe a Crossroads fight, because both guys are coming off a loss. And if you want to get those big Saudi paydays and stuff like that, I mean, we know how boxing works. So they both lost to Parker, as I mentioned. Wilder, if he loses, then he's coming off 2 losses, not even including the Tyson Fury 2 losses. So he'll be up to 4 losses. And then same thing with Zhilei Zhang. Zhilei already lost to Filip Ergovic. I thought that was a bit of a robbery, but I'll save that for another video. He lost to Joseph Parker, so he'll be coming off of 2 consecutive losses as well. Very dangerous fight. The heavyweights ain't got no chill. I see this being a tough fight. And me personally, I don't know that I like this fight for Wilder. You know, Wilder has all the tools and the power in the world, but based on, because when I'm looking at it, I look at Zhilei Zhang and how he lost to Joseph Parker. He hurt Parker multiple times in the fight, but he just wouldn't step on the gas. But he hurt him badly. He's a southpaw. He's also very big. You know, I've met both of them, Wilder and Zhilei Zhang, and Wilder is taller, but Zhilei Zhang is a southpaw, and he's more massy. Like he got more size. In fact, in his last fight with Joseph Parker, he weighed almost 300 pounds. That's a lot of weight for anybody, let alone a fighter with power and in that awkward southpaw stance, you know? So last time we checked, Wilder was training with Malik Scott. His style seems to be just a bit more passive. Like it's like almost like they're trying to work on the technical side of Wilder a bit more. But Wilder at his best was knocking people out. And I just think this is a dangerous fight, again, for both guys. Wilder, he's going to have something to prove because he lost to Joseph Parker. And not only did he lose, a lot of people had him losing very, very badly, like a lot of rounds, you know what I mean? So this is just a dangerous fight despite the guys coming off of losses, because they're both going to have something to try to prove. So there's a good chance that somebody could go to sleep in this particular fight. I mean, you're dealing with big, extremely big men, pause, a 6'6" guy and a 6'7" guy, and just a dangerous fight. So Saudi Arabia, the kingdom, they're trying to attract big fights, dangerous fight. They're also talking about on this card, potentially Daniel Dubois versus Filip Ergovic, which another dangerous fight. I mean, the heavyweights, these are all guys with power. Filip Ergovic, I thought he lost to Zhilei Zhang, but other than that, he's been, you know, doing his thing. Daniel Dubois had a good win. Like, he has losses, but he also picked up a good win after the Usyk loss against Gerald Big Baby Miller, another 300-pound plus heavyweight. So a lot of movement. And again, the card, in case you guys didn't hear earlier when I said it, would be Beterbiev versus Bivol. They're talking about putting it on that specific card. So definitely a card you would want to pay attention to if you're a boxing fan. As far as the main event, for me, the main event, it kind of goes without saying. The main event is very beastie. The main event is Artur Beterbiev, nasty puncher, crazy technique, hurts almost everybody that he's fought. I mean, he has all knockouts, so I guess technically he's hurt everybody he's fought. So a champion with good names on his resume, the Joe Smith Jr.'s, the Anthony Yards, the Alexander Vostok, who David Benavidez could fight, and he stopped everybody. Marcus Brown, another Olympian and a great fighter. So Beterbiev is the truth. I like Bivol a lot. Bivol, most notably, probably for beating Canelo. Payday, it'll want payday. I know that. Then after that, he fought Zordo Ramirez, took and blemished his record. So Bivol is a beast too. Less power, but he has a good style. You know, kind of like an in and out 1-2. You know, he gets in kind of a good rhythm, and he's going to try to bounce in and out, which could be dangerous. Now, Beterbiev is not the fastest boxer, but, you know, he could counter and catch some of that. We have seen, or at least I have, I don't know about y'all, because I actually watch boxing. A lot of people, they claim to be boxing fans, but they don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. But I have seen Bivol hurt, and if you haven't, then you need to watch more boxing, because he was definitely hurt in the final round versus Joe Smith Jr. He was badly rocked. And I don't believe in triangle theories. I don't believe that. But for what it's worth, Beterbiev fought Joe Smith Jr. and hurt him, I think, in the first round and destroyed him at a later time when they fought. So just for the record, I like to give you guys all the knowledge. But back to Wilder and Zhilei Zhang. Like I said, that's just a dangerous fight altogether. Both guys have power. One guy's a southpaw. One guy, I think the danger for Wilder is, well, one, coming off a loss where you lost every round to Parker. But I think at this point, Zhilei Zhang is more comfortable in his exact style. Like, you know how Zhilei's coming to fight, and he's an Olympian, and he's big. So Wilder keep getting these big dudes. Tyson Fury, 6'9", almost 300 pounds in some of the rematches. And then now he's going to be outweighed by Zhilei Zhang for sure. And we've seen when Wilder fought Fury, him packing on the extra size and muscle, it seemed like he gassed early. So it's going to be another crazy weight disparity, you know. And some people would even suggest that the heavyweight gets split into heavyweight and then super heavyweight because of this. Because Wilder, for sure, again, I've met both, I've stood next to both, they're big dudes. But Wilder, for sure, book it. If this fight happens June 1st in Saudi Arabia, he will be smaller on the scale than Zhilei Zhang. But the upside is boxing in the heavyweight division, all is forgiven when you get back on track, right? Like Daniel Dubois, he lost to Joe Joyce. People said he was a quitter. Then he loses bad to Usyk, a smaller guy who moved up, but he right back on track. And you're seeing he's getting another opportunity by beating Gerald Big Baby Miller. So the positive for Deontay Wilder would be if he beats a respected guy like Zhilei Zhang, it would probably be by knockout if he's able to win it. So if he knocks out a big, 300-pound, I don't even know if Zhilei Zhang has even been dropped. So if Wilder was able to put it together and use that menacing power and get back on track, then the Joshua fight becomes more appealing, and he puts himself right back in the heavyweight picture. Listen, guys, the heavyweight division is just like that. It's one of them divisions where anything can happen. And this new crop of heavyweights, it's not quite like the fighters of yesteryear. So it's like some of these guys are going to take some losses. It is what it is. They're going to take some losses and bumps and bruises along the way. I don't think technically you're seeing heavyweights that they don't have the craftsmanship of the Muhammad Ali's and prime Mike Tyson. Hi, it's me, Mike Tyson. Watch my fight with Peter McNeely. They don't have that style. Lennox Lewis, very You know, especially when he got with Emmanuel Stewart, he was just tunnel vision, work behind the jab. You know, the Klitschko's, work behind the jab, fight like big men, fight like tall men. Now you got guys who are big men, don't fight like big men. And from a technical standpoint, like stick to the jab and stuff, a lot of them aren't really doing that. So just expect some thrills and spills in the heavyweight division for the foreseeable future, because all these guys have great strengths, but also some weaknesses and vulnerabilities. I mean, you look at Tyson Fury. He's getting like kind of beat up and rocked and dropped by Francis Ngannou in his pro debut in boxing. And then Joshua goes and spills the man in the first round and destroys him in a knockout of the year candidate when Joshua fights him. So just a year ago, people were like, AJ, there's no way he could beat Tyson Fury. Fury's too good. But then now it's looking like Fury is regressing. And then Joshua got with Ben Davison and he looks like he's progressing. So you just never know, people. You never know.